Following the completion of the recovery trench, Geo-Solutions began work on installing the wet well. The wet well is a precast concrete structure requiring an excavation approximately 50 feet deep. It will act as a sump for the water collected and delivered by the recovery trench. The soils are removed from the excavation using a soil pan, loaded deep underground with a mini excavator. The crane with the soil pan deposits the excavated soil at the surface. To facilitate installation, Geo-Solutions hired a subcontractor to install a soil freezing system. The frozen soil acted as both shoring and a water cutoff to allow excavation to the depth required for the well installation. In order to install the sump to the required depth, 10 feet of bedrock was removed using a hydraulic hammer. A custom platform and access system was used to allow personnel to enter and exit the excavation. This system included air monitoring, rescue equipment, and ventilation features. The wet well is located at the deepest point along the underground collection system. The temporary wells define the center line of the groundwater recovery trench. Here you see the precast well section staged and ready for installation, as well as the brine chiller used for the soil freezing. During this time, Geo-Solutions also began excavation for the stormwater bypass structure, which will be installed on the west side of the trench alignment. The excavation for the future structure occurs in line with the Arroyo Channel. Soil is excavated and bedrock is chipped out of the area in preparation for the concrete foundation. Here we see the entire site from west to east. Months later, the stormwater bypass structure is partially completed. Concrete placement is done using a pump truck for the wing wall foundations. Back at the wet well area, workers prepare to set a section of the precast concrete manhole using the crane. A vertical riser was installed to allow for future cleanout of the collection pipe. Workers position a section of concrete manhole in place. Thermal blankets protect the frozen soil. Sections of the manhole are added, and lifts of backfill are placed and compacted around them. This is repeated until the fully installed 50 feet deep structure is complete. Weeks later, the well is installed and backfilled, and the discharge piping and valves are in place. By early 2019, the groundwater recovery system will be fully operational.